Let me tell you, you'd never be a decent criminal defense lawyer. Sorry to tell you that. Norris, you don't pick and choose your cases. You can't be a good criminal defense lawyer if you like Patty Hearst and don't like O.J. Simpson. If you're going to be a criminal defense lawyer, you got to buy the whole hog. You got to be willing to defend anybody who's charged with a serious crime. My criteria is the more likely the person appears to be guilty, the more unpopular, the more he's hated, the more I'm going to take the case because you won't. And
so
that's not true, though. It's not true. Like a boxer picks his matches. I mean, it's you don't.
Well, this is very interesting when he made this comment, because on one hand, if we say that it's true, you say, okay, well, it's obviously that this is what drives him. He gets his biochemical motivation from this. He gets off on this to some degree, which is fine.
Yeah.
Right. Which is fine because, again, we need people like that in society. And I don't believe that true altruism really exists. So it's fine. But it's interesting because then it makes me think his whole moral system is kind of this after the fact rationalization for justifying the thing that gives him energy.
He likes to do. Exactly. Right. Yeah. No.
Right. Which is true. The way I'm sure most people operate.
He's being completely driven by his rush. It's like a cocaine addiction to him.
Right.
Yeah.
But the second problem is that I don't think that's a proper description of O.J. Simpson and Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh.
I think there were thousands of lawyers across the country that would kill.
Yeah, totally.
The money and the fame to be O.J.'s lawyer, to be Epstein's lawyer. And especially with Epstein, when Epstein was first charged with this stuff, this was like, it's not like now where everyone's like, oh my God, Epstein obviously did this. When he was first charged with this stuff, this was like, people didn't know who Epstein was. They didn't think that any of these charges were true. So for him to act like, oh, everyone thought Epstein was totally guilty at first, like that's not really accurate whatsoever.
Yeah. You know more because you dug into the case. I just, tidbits here and there. I haven't really dug into it.
Well, and also this contradicts what he was saying earlier, because earlier he was saying that he thought these people were innocent at first.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's saying, but I want to defend them because everyone thinks they're guilty. It's like, well, then why do you think they're innocent?
Usually when they come at me with blackmail, I figure they're guilty. I just, got intuition.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's such a horrible case to be in. That's like a movie plot right there.
It is a movie plot. It's a perfect movie plot. See? If it's true, Alan Dershowitz was blackmailed, which I don't think he is. I think Adam's totally off base here. But
it's a screenwriter in me. I have to do it. I have to take reality up to the next level.
But see, if it was true, that's why he should admit if that was true, because he can make bank with a movie based around his life.
You're in a horrible situation. That's a horrible situation. Yeah.
I think it would be weird, but I think at the end of the day, people would see him as a hero for being brave enough to admit that he was blackmailed. If he was. I don't think he was, but if he was. I think it'd be seen as heroic.
If it comes out, oh man, it's going to be epic. Best lucky guess of my life.
How's it going to come out? Epstein's dead. Obviously, he was, quote unquote, suicided.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember that line. I think
it's going to come out.
Ghislaine might talk about it. Ghislaine was there.
If there was a chance that she would rat out some dark thing, she would be dead already.
Oh, really?
Don't you think?
I don't know. They're probably, it depends upon if you think, I mean, you're under the impression Epstein was, I believe Epstein was killed, but there was ineptitude at the same time. Like the ineptitude was what allowed the killing. But there were some people who probably got in big trouble for the ineptitude. So they're probably
I think the people were paid off that were supposed to be watching the cameras. I don't think they were just incompetent.
But that's ineptitude. That's ineptitude. Same level.
Being paid off isn't ineptitude. That's corruption.
Well, but the people who put people who could be paid off in charge for the inept ones.
Sure. Right.
It's still ineptitude. So you can go all the way up the hierarchy to whoever's job it is to keep Epstein alive. And someone's fucking guilty of ineptitude.
Well, unless of course the warden himself isn't on it, which I have no clue if that's the case. But
Sure, totally, yeah, could be, definitely could. Has he been on Epstein's island? Wouldn't surprise me. Like, I'm saying you and I both probably believe that there are two forces here. There are the forces of all the people who obviously don't want Epstein flapping his big fat mouth,
right,
and then the forces that of justice and good and all that is America. And there is an ineptitude in between the people. Like the people keeping him alive had some ineptitude on their side. Otherwise, he'd still be alive.
right.
Yeah. I don't think everyone's corrupt. There's like corruption exists, but not everyone is corrupt.
Sure.
You got to find the Sitch out there who's like, I won't take a bribe at any price. Seriously, you're not going to take a bribe. If you're guarding and they come to you and we'll give you $1 million if you go take a nap. Sitch is going to be like, no, I am not taking a nap.
No, see what I do. This is what I do. I say sure, and I pretend like I'm going to take the nap, and then I record it all exposed.
Oh, really? Yeah.
That's the move. Okay.
That will be your viral video.
That's the viral video.
Yeah. You just passed up $1 million to make like $50.
No, see, I passed $1 million to make $20 million with the movie deal that will be based around me, the heroic prison guard that fought against the corruption in the system. See, you gotta think big.
Yeah. You can't say prison guard. No one in Hollywood's going to make. Hollywood's woke. No one's making a movie about a prison guard.
They'll make a movie about the down his luck prison guard that exposed the corrupt plot by whomever to kill Jeffrey Epstein.
You a part of the patriarchy, dude.
Well, whatever. Look, for the movie, I'll allow them to recast me as a minority. Okay, just so they feel better. Okay.
Oh, what would that be called? That's worse than digital blackface. That's like actor blackface. Evil.
Hey, man.
Come on, we're watching a video, Sitch. Quit talking. You talk too much.
Criminal defense. You should stick to doing YouTube and doing your legal work, your money legal work, because you would not be a criminal defense lawyer because you allow your own personal predilections to influence who your clients would be.
Well, 100%.
Shouldn't
See,
you?
Dersh gave him a open-handed slap there, guys.
Yeah.
And he had every look on his face like he knew what he was doing. And Viva's like, oh my God. Viva's trying to back up.
He keeps his cool. He doesn't respond to it negatively. He just keeps going forward.
Yeah, no, he's great.
Because to me, so it seems like basically Dershowitz is framing his moral system as the chief primary moral force in my life is just I'm a defense attorney and I have to be the best defense attorney no matter what. He's abdicating any responsibility or thought process. When you say I'm not even going to choose my clients, like that sounds insane to me. Is he saying that he'll never, like if someone comes to him with a case and lots of money, he's just going to take it automatically? Like that's ridiculous. Obviously, he makes decisions about who to defend and who not to defend.
I'm wondering why he didn't defend Epstein pro bono. He does all this pro bono work all the time. Like, geez. Like, if he really wants to make a statement, there's all these other guys that are going to do it for a bunch of money. Just do it pro bono. Do it for free. Do it for the love of the game.
That's right.
Yeah, 100%. But one of my underlying reasons is also I think, I don't want to use an inflammatory comparison, but I think I don't want to associate for the reasons which now I think I don't want to associate with certain types of clients because of what
you wouldn't be a doctor in a bad neighborhood either. Then you wouldn't be a doctor in Bay Ridge in Brooklyn because allegedly a lot of mafia people live there and might come and be your patients. You don't want to associate with them.
Allegedly a bunch of mafia. I love how he knows where the mafia people in Brooklyn are.
Hey man,
of course he's a defense attorney.
Adam,
yeah, exactly.
You gotta know where your clients are. Okay.
Exactly. You know where the business cards go. You know who to put the. Where to put the business
you know which ambulances to chase after. Okay.
You gotta make some money here. Brooklyn's not cheap. I've lived in Brooklyn. It ain't cheap.
Then you wouldn't You wouldn't be a rabbi. You're not befriending
Priest.
people just because you associate with them as a professional. When you're a doctor in a doctor-patient relationship, a priest-penitent-patient relationship, a lawyer-client relationship, you're not associating with these people. That's McCarthyism. You are performing a professional role.
But now this is where I'm going to stop you. You're not, and I do agree with you.
I think this is a really poor comparison because, like, if you're a doctor in an emergency room and a patient comes in, it's not like you can say, I don't want to perform surgery on this patient. Like, there's no criteria. Like, you're the doctor on call, you perform the surgery. Like, that's how it works. With a lawyer, you don't have to take a case unless you're a public defender. Nothing forcing you to do that.
Yeah, in the public defender cases they throw at people, you have to do a certain amount of work in order
exactly.
to...
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You can't compare this to being like a doctor.
Oh my God. Imagine if the public defenders have to do 50% of their cases pro bono anyway. It's just like a standard. He's like, I've done 50% of my... It's like the bare standard, but nobody knows it.
I don't think that's what happens, but that would be funny.
Yeah. Yes, he could. He doesn't. I love how he's comparing himself to a man of God, a man who saves lives for a living, a doctor. It's like all these. I get rich people off on murder.
You could say a criminal defense attorney does save people's lives. I mean, they save them life from prison or from execution.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes, he gets rich people off on murder. It's great. Yeah. No.
Exactly.